Why use a learning through play approach? Children learn more when they're playing. Play develops children's creativity and problem-solving skills. Play prepares children better for school learning. Play is healthy. It promotes strength, coordination, and brain development. Play teaches new skills and builds children's self-esteem. Play teaches children social skills that help them develop friendships. And play is a right of the child. Early childhood educators plan environments to suit the children in their programs, using toys, equipment, dress-up clothes, books, art materials, and other playthings based on their knowledge of the individual children in their care, such as their abilities, their interests, their preferences, and their unique characteristics. Educators understand child development and engage when appropriate to facilitate learning, to help children extend their play, and to provide necessary support and guidance. The idea of schemas comes to us from the work of Piaget, a Swiss psychologist. His work on child development has provided us with the idea of schemas in children's learning. Schemas are described as patterns of repeated behavior which allow children to explore and express developing ideas and thoughts through their play and exploration. The repetitive actions of schematic play allow children to construct meaning in what they are doing. Scaffolding comes to us from the work of Vygotsky, a Soviet psychologist. Scaffolding is the child's growing awareness of the ways that their experiences, interests, and beliefs shape their understanding. The educator's decisions and actions that build on children's existing knowledge and skills to enhance their learning is the foundation of scaffolding. Through planned environments, unintentional environments, free play, and sometimes guided play, children will learn through schemas. Here are just a few examples of schemas in action. In the first picture, we see representation of positioning. Positioning can involve lining up toy cars, standing the plastic dinosaurs all in a line, or placing any number of objects in an order. In the second picture, we see representation of orientation. To understand the world from many points of view, children will play with the concept of orientation and place themselves in any number of interesting positions. The experience of hanging upside down is very useful in brain development. And in the third picture, we see trajectory in action. Trajectory is the urge to throw or drop items and interacting with things that are already moving. It also describes moving the whole body by jumping or climbing. Scaffolding is a framework to describe an adult's supportive role in children's learning. Scaffolding enables a child to solve a problem, carry out a task, or achieve a goal which is beyond his or her abilities. Scaffolding questions might be, what are you thinking? What else is possible here? What do you need in order to learn more? What does that remind you of? What happens when we add this or we do this? In the first picture, we might imagine that the educator has said to the child, how might you get down from there? Or how might I help support you in getting down? In the second picture, the educator has likely asked the children what item on the table might be added to the dry mixture to make it wet. And once they've determined what to add, the educator might ask them how they might mix it. Or perhaps the children already know this from past experience, and the educator doesn't need to add anything to the conversation. And in the third picture, there's likely been an exchange of conversation regarding the new habitat for the classroom fish. Here, there's likely been several inquiry-based questions, such as, how might we get the water from the sink over here to fill the aquarium? There may have been some dialogue about various containers, or perhaps taking the aquarium over to the sink. This dialogue or form of questioning engages the child in problem solving without simply giving them the answer. While the baking and habitat experience are guided by the educator, there's still forms of play. So the next time someone says to you, they are only playing, Stop and explain the value of that playful experience. What are the children learning through engaging in free play?